Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ardian Hidayat Anwar. I'm from PBIB. My name 20400123042. I made this video to fulfill assignment 6, casual conversation analysis. The conversation between Miss Anderson and Debbie reflects a structure and natural pattern of everyday interaction. The dominant discourse pattern identified in this dialogue is the initiation response feedback or IRF, combined with the use of agency pair. The IRF pattern appears when one speaker initiates a topic, the second speaker responds, and the first speaker provides feedback or evaluation. For example, when Debbie says, "Mom, I'm home," Miss Anderson responds by asking about school, and Debbie answers, followed by her mother's supportive comment. This pattern occurs repeatedly throughout the conversation, although in some parts it appears in a simplified form or initiation response only. Each segment of the discourse serves specific communicative functions. At the beginning, in the interaction functions aesthetic communication, aiming to establish and maintain social relationships through greetings and small talk. This then shifts into informational exchange, where Debbie shares her test results and feelings, and her mother provides encouragement. The conversation also includes expressive functions, as Debbie expresses relief and excitement about the cake. In the middle sections, the interaction develops into directive and negotiation functions, particularly when Debbie asks for permission to eat the cake and when they negotiate plan for baking a pie. Additionally, planning and decision making functions are evident when they discuss the type of pie to bake and the time to do it. Toward the end, the conversation returns to a directive function, with Miss Anderson instructing Debbie to do her homework. These shifts demonstrate how discourse functions dynamically depending on the speaker's goals. From the perspective of internal structure, the conversation can be divided into approximately 10 to 12 exchanges, depending on how the segments are grouped. Each exchange typically consists of several moves, including initiation, response, and sometimes feedback. For instance, one exchange may begin with a question, followed by an answer, and concluded with a comment or evaluation. Some exchanges are more complex and include additional moves such as clarification, humor, or negotiation. A good example is the humorous negotiation about making 9.5 pies, which adds an interpersonal dimension to the interaction. The internal structure shows that the conversation is largely cooperative and relatively symmetrical, although Miss Anderson maintains a higher level of authority as a parent. Debbie is able to initiate topics freely, such as asking about the food or suggesting baking plans, but she still follows her mother's instructions when necessary. The exchanges are connected cohesively, and the topic shifts smoothly from school to food to future plans and finally to dinner preparation. This indicates a high level of coherence in the discourse, as each part of the conversation logically relates to the others. In conclusion, the conversation demonstrates a combination of the IRF discourse pattern and agency pairs, supported by a well-organized internal structure of exchanges and moves. The interaction reflects natural family communication where social, informational, and interpersonal functions are balanced effectively. Maybe that's all. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.